Behind every great podcast is a hardworking host. Show your support by subscribing and leaving reviews on Blog Talk Radio, iTunes, and Stitcher. Happy listening.
Last week, Julie Carroll posted a status that read, "Just had the most delicious banana ever." It got 2 likes and 4 comments. Well, Julie, Geico also wants to make a comment. What if we told you in as little as 15 minutes you could save hundreds of dollars on your car insurance by switching to Geico? With those hundreds of dollars, we bet you can find another banana equally, if not more delicious than the one you had last week. Hashtag go bananas, hashtag savings.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Hello, good evening, everyone. This is Chere Cofield, the Stress Manager, and you are tuned in to Stress Less Radio with Chere Cofield. And I am super excited about tonight's show. We have 2 fabulous ladies that are going to be my guests tonight, and they are going to pour into you a wealth of information, not only about stress management, but also just ways to make yourself live a happy, healthy, and harmonious lifestyle. For anyone who's never listened to the show before, I bring you an hour of relaxation, rejuvenation, and education, and you're guaranteed to receive key factors that you need to live a happy, healthy, harmonious life, as well as have my guests provide you with rich, fulfilling, and accurate information on health, wellness. Sometimes we have fitness experts that come on the show, as well as stress relief. So I always encourage all of my listeners to please grab yourself a glass of wine or grab a nice cup of hot tea or coffee, kick your heels up and enjoy the next hour, because it's all about you relaxing, you being rejuvenated from your long day of work, and also with us providing you a little bit of education to carry you throughout your life. So I have 2 guests. Today's guests are going to be Miss Mateja, Petje, and Patricia Watts. And they both are 2 phenomenal ladies in the community, and I know you're going to enjoy them this evening. So before we do that, we always have to do a little housekeeping here on Stress Less Radio. So we have to make sure we mention our fabulous sponsors, because without them, we would not be here. We would not be able to provide you with this radio show on May We Help You Radio Network. So tonight's show is provided to you by Adam and Eve. You can look at their products on maywehelpyouradio.com, so it's mwhyradio.com. They're one of the largest marketers of adult products, and they were founded in 1971. So Adam and Eve is also one of the oldest names in this evolving adult industry. So you can always visit mwhyradio.com and look up their products. Also, another one of our amazing sponsors is audible.com. They're a leading provider of spoken audio entertainment and information. You can listen to audio books whenever and wherever you want. And if you want to get a free book, all you have to do is sign up for a 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/MWHYLLC. Again, that's Audible, AUDIBLE, trial, TRIAL.com/MWHYLLC. And last but not least, another one of our fabulous sponsors tonight are Off the Vine. You can look them up. That's a wine club. You can look them up online at thevinewineclub.com. Thevinewineclub.com. So we appreciate our sponsors. Thank you so much for continuing to support May We Help You Radio Network. Also, we've been asking for assistance with helping to raise funds with May We Help You Radio because we're growing so fast, but we want to continue to grow. So you can help us out by just texting the word SHOP, MWHY, to the number 70000. So 70000. And then there you'll receive deals on the places that you like to shop for free. And then you can cancel the service at any time. But the longer you keep the service, the more earning potential you have. So just text the word SHOP, MWHY to the number 7 with 4 zeros behind it, and then you'll receive deals on the places that you like to shop. So who does not like to receive deals? I know I do. Now, each week we like to talk about different events that are going on in the D.C., Maryland, and Virginia area. So I'd like to invite everyone to the Let's Get Serious Health, Wellness, Fitness Expo that I host every year. This is the 5th year that I've been hosting the expo. It's coming up on Saturday, April the 4th, 2015, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and it's a free community event. You can bring out the entire family. That's what I love. You don't have to find a babysitter. You don't have to figure out what you're going to do with your kids. You just bring the entire family, and it's within everybody's budget. It's totally free. The only money you will need is if you like to shop. Of course, ladies, I know you like to shop, so bring a couple dollars because you're guaranteed to see something from our fabulous vendors that you're going to want to buy. So that's the only money you'll need, but it's 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, April the 4th. It's going to be in Timonium, Maryland at the North Baltimore Plaza Hotel. That's right in Timonium, right on Green Spring Road. If you want the exact address, it is 2400 Green Spring Road in Timonium, Maryland. We're going to take over the entire atrium. So as soon as you walk in, you don't have to look for the expo. We're going to be right there. Last year we had 1,200 attendees, and each year we've grown. So we're looking forward to the continued growth, and you can help us to continue to grow. You can go online and register for this expo for free at letsgetserious2015.eventbrite.com, and that's eventbrite.com. letsgetserious2015.eventbrite.com. Another event that I would like to invite everyone to is coming up very soon at the end of this month, and it is, well, actually it's going to be for heart health, and it's going to be on February the 21st, Saturday, February 21st, from 4 to 8 p.m. It's the annual American Heart Association Go Red for Women. They're having a day party benefit. So it's going to be in Lanham, Maryland. Of course, you have to throw on your red. There's going to be food, drinks, dancing. The tickets are only $20, and it's going to be at the Irie Cafe in Woodmore Commons. The address there is 2200 Petrie Lane, Lanham, Maryland, 20706. And you can get more information. You can go on the website right there for the American Heart Association, or you can go online to, let's see, their website is Women in Red Day Party Benefit Tickets. If you go to Eventbrite, just look for Red Hearts Women in Red Day Party Benefit. And if you go to my Facebook page, Chere Cofield INT, it's posted on my Facebook page. In order to continue to reach me and stay in touch with Chere Cofield, make sure you visit me online at ChereCofieldInternational.com. You can also sign up for my free newsletter that I send out to all of my followers and anyone who signs up, as well as take the free stress quiz while you're there. Find out what your stress score is, and then after you get your score, it tells you what actions you need to take next in order to get your stress under control. So keep following us here every Tuesday, 6 p.m. with Stress Less Radio, but also you can get tips through my newsletter on how to manage your stress or reduce your stress. Each week we take you to a relaxation destination. So this week's relaxation destination for you to do your creative visualization exercises is Aruba. That's right. I would love to be in Aruba right now instead of here in Maryland where it's snow and cold. So when you're doing your creative visualization exercises that we talked about, this week take your mind and take yourself to Aruba. The weather in Aruba right now today is 88 degrees. Oh, my goodness. I would love to be there right now. There's no precipitation, about 62% humidity, so it's a little warm, a little sticky, but not too much. Nothing we can't bear. Anything's better than what we're dealing with now. The mile per hour winds are only at 22 miles an hour, so it's just a nice breeze, just enough to get that favorite spot in the sand and kick your heels up and relax a little bit and get your favorite drink. Some of the things you can do while you're taking your mind to Aruba and taking that mini mental vacation is to snorkel. Put yourself out there snorkeling or taking one of their fabulous sunset cruises. Or maybe even do a champagne brunch while you're there. or ride the wild and fabulous ATVs. And last but not least, you could always do a seaside dinner. Whatever you like to do, whatever relaxes you, whatever rejuvenates your mind and your body, that's what you're going to do when you're doing your creative visualization exercises this week. Take your mind to Aruba all week long. All right? Now on to our next thing we always do each week is to give you a stress tip of the week. This week's stress tip is silence is golden. That's right, I said it. Silence is golden. Sometimes we just need to stop and do nothing. We all live such busy lives. We're constantly on the go. We have work. We have our businesses. We have kids. We have to cook dinner. We have to clean the house. We have to do laundry. We have so many things that we have to multitask and so many things to accomplish in only 24 hours a day. We wish we could add more hours on. Just like we schedule things in our lives that we need to accomplish, things for our businesses, appointments that we may have. This week, schedule at least one day to do absolutely nothing. Now, we have to work because we have to make a living, but maybe after work, schedule yourself to do nothing. And write it in your calendar. Do nothing. Do nothing. And that silence, just sit back, kick back, and enjoy the silence. You'll notice that it helps to clear your thoughts, clear your thought processes, help you to relax, rejuvenate yourself, help you decrease some stress to absolutely do nothing. And that's going to be hard for some of you because you're so busy, so used to being active and on the go that you're going to feel bored. But do nothing. Put it on your calendar. You are more than worth that time to do absolutely nothing. Now, last week I wanted to mention that February is African American History Month, and I wanted to make sure that we did a spotlight at least once this month for African American History Month. And this month, our African American History Spotlight is going to be on a fabulous lady, Hattie McDaniel. She was the first African-American woman on the radio. So, you know, that's near and dear to my heart, first African-American woman on the radio, since we have May We Help You Radio Network and the Stress Less Radio Show with Chere Cofield. So she was the first African-American woman on the radio, as well as the first African-American woman to win an Academy Award for being a supporting actress. Hattie McDaniel was actually inducted in the Black Filmmakers Hall of Fame in 1975. So we salute Hattie McDaniel for our first African American History Month spotlight, and may she rest in peace. So make sure you take time out to do a little history. I didn't know those facts about Hattie McDaniel, so do a little bit of research, and you'll learn a whole lot just by looking at that. As I mentioned, you're listening to Stress Less Radio with Chere Cofield, the Stress Manager. We're here every single Tuesday at 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. At any time, if anyone has a question or a comment, you can feel free to just press 1. Once you press 1, you'll be queued, and we'll find out what your comment or your question is. As I mentioned, tonight's show, we have two fabulous ladies that are our special guests. We have Mateja and Patricia. And both of these ladies are doing some fabulous things in our community. We're going to continue to do a little bit more housekeeping, and then afterwards we're going to take a quick commercial break. After we take that commercial break, we'll bring our first guest on, Mateja. She's a licensed marriage and family therapist. Her company is Stress to Bliss. So she is also a stress manager. I love to meet stress managers. There's not too many of us out there. But she's the founder and CEO of Holistic Coaching International, a mind, body, spirit coaching practice designed to help individuals achieve more balance in their lives. Her passion is to help people to get rid of stress in a matter of a few seconds or even minutes. And she helps her clients to accomplish that by utilizing different healing modalities that are integration of Western and Eastern approaches that she's been studying for over 15 years. So she's definitely going to pour into you this evening. She's also an author. She has a book called My Journey to Self-Discovery, a memoir of Slovenian roots and growth in America, as well as Dare to Be Authentic. I love that title, Dare to Be Authentic. And that's a compilation of 25 authors sharing their stories of overcoming challenges on the way to be authentic and doing their passion work. So, you know, we know how important it is to do what you love. That reduces some of the stress right there when you do the things that you actually love. Mateja believes in in the holistic approach, which embraces healing on all levels, emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual. And for more information, you guys can visit her at naturalstressmanagement.com, or you can reach her at Mateja, that's Mateja, at holisticcoachinginternational.com. So make sure you follow her. I won't shout her phone number out here on the air, so you have to reach out to her by email or on her website, and then she can give you her number in order for you to get in touch with her and find out everything that she does. So we're going to go ahead and bring Mateja on. Again, Mateja Petje, she is a licensed marriage and family therapist, stress to bliss guide, spiritual counselor, certified neuro-linguistic programming practitioner. So at this time, I'd like to welcome Mateja to the show. How are you, Mateja?
Thank you so much, Rhea. I'm wonderful, and thank you so much. It's my pleasure, my honor to be on your show, and especially I love collaborating with other fellow practitioners because I believe in collaboration and not competition. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much for giving us some of your time. I'm super excited to talk to you. So we're going to jump right in and find out, why do you think it's so important to learn how to manage stress?
I think, I've been studying this for 15 years, and I went through my own challenges, always trying to figure out what can I do to improve myself, not to be so stressed out, and actually moving, here. I moved to the U.S. like 17 years ago, and, I lived in a small village which was much less stress, and, we didn't have these highways, and I am actually blessed. By the way, when you're talking about Aruba, I'm kind of blessed myself because I'm in South Florida, and we have, I don't want to make anybody jealous, but we have really nice weather, although we had a few cold days. But I love doing visualizations. And I think that, even medical community is starting to acknowledge how important it is to have coping skills, because we always going to have stress. But what I say to people, what is really important is how you perceive this. And actually I was doing some research, and research shows that nearly 80 to 90% of illnesses are stress-related, and that's a huge number. And I think that, if we are able to learn how to better manage our stress, we will have much better relationships, less arguing, we have more fun, we'll be more productive. So it's important, and even some companies are now introducing wellness programs. So I think it is of huge importance because we want to live long, we want to be happy, we want to have harmonious relationship, we want to enjoy our work, our passion. So I think that's key, that we learn how to manage stress.
That's right. And when you're undergoing stress, talk to us a little bit about what happens to your body and your mind when you're going through stress. Talk about that, your stress response, that fight or flight.
Yeah, and this is, in a way, we are fortunate because this is our primordial mechanism, which I call it, and while our ancestors had to fight real danger for wild animals and tribes, so we developed this primordial mechanism, which we call flight or fight response. It's really our survival mechanism. And however, in our modern society, this mechanism has become overused, and like I explained before, it causes physical illnesses. So what happens when we get stressed, we get triggered by something, whether it's traffic or people, which happens a lot, or deadlines. So physiologically speaking, our bodies release hormones such as cortisol, and thus this increases our heart rate, our blood pressure, our metabolic rate, and blood flows to muscles. So basically we are ready to either fight the enemy, whoever that is, or we want to escape the situation. So I think that just recognizing those, what's happening with our body is key. And I know that you have, Chere, you have a nursing background, so I'm sure you can even add more to that. I
always like to talk about the cortisol, and everybody wants to have that flat belly and get ready for when the summer comes and look good in your swimwear. Well, guess what? If you're stressing, all of that cortisol is dumping right into your belly. So if you want to have that flat belly, you better start managing your stress for sure.
Yeah, that's so important. And then, people many times I work with clients who, they work with health coaches, but what I think it's important, that's why I believe holistic approach is because, like you mentioned, it's also our mindset. And if we don't learn how to cope with this, we may eat. Emotional eating is very common. So I think that's key that we recognize when we are in a stressful situation and what's happening with our body. And so I'm teaching my clients the opposite of stress response is a relaxation response, according to Herbert Benson. So it's important that we recognize what's happening in our bodies so we can act and not be so stressed.
Yes, definitely. And how long did you say, has it been 15 years you've been doing the stress management piece? Or?
Well, yeah, I kind of really rebranded myself in the last 2 years because I started actually, I'm a licensed therapist. So, I was working a lot in the community with the risk families. I was working anybody from, addiction, substance abuse, sexual, even sexual offenders. But that was never my thing because when I came here, it was very stressful, so I was very curious. So 15 years ago, I started learning meditation. I studied Zen Buddhism, which I'm very close to, although I don't call myself as a Buddhist necessarily, but I really believe in their approach, staying in the moment. And for me, meditation is not just about, those times that whether it's 15 minutes or 30 minutes. It's just being aware of anything that you're doing, whether you're drinking tea, whether you're talking to somebody. And I think what happens in our modern society that we try to put, juggle things, multitask, and then we don't accomplish anything. So teaching people mindfulness. So I think this is really, really what helped me a lot. I mean, I'm a totally different person because I started using some of these techniques such as meditation. I've been meditating basically for 15 years on and off. I had some times when I strayed away, but I always find that if I don't do my meditation, my day is very different.
Yes, and that's just like I was saying for the stress tip of the week, silence is golden. Basically, we're saying the same thing. I love it. I love this collaboration. Stay in the moment. Silence is golden. Do nothing. Basically, focus, meditate. Make sure you're coping. Those are some really, really important coping skills that she discussed. When we come back, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk to Mateja about how our listeners can deal with their stress more effectively at home and work, and then just talk about some more of the techniques that you use in your professional practice that can help your clients. So don't go anywhere. You're tuned into Stress Less Radio with Chere Cofield and my special guest, Mateja Petje. And when we come back, we'll finish talking to her. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
This is Tanya Free. Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel plans to honor the Jackie Robinson West Little League players after they lost their national title over violations of geographic boundary rules. The players were stripped of the title they won last summer because team officials were found to have violated a rule setting geographic boundaries within which teams must find their players. What's your take? How do you feel about the decision of Little League International to strip the Jackie Robinson West team of this title?
The Tanya Free and Friends Talk Show, your destination for the best in social and political straight talk. Wednesdays at 2 p.m., streaming live on TanyaFree.com and BlackTalkRadioNetwork.com. Join the conversation Wednesdays at 2 p.m.
This is Caprice Smith, your uncuffed living expert. I want to take a moment and speak to my women entrepreneurs. If you have your own business card in the name of your business, but you struggle when someone asks what it is you do, that is a problem. If you are not making money that's going to build your legacy and sustain your family, that is a problem. I invite you to hop on over to capricesmith.com, join my free newsletter, and while you're there, schedule your strategy session. I want to help you uncover some things that you should already know. I spent 20 years perfecting my craft, and I'm willing to share all of what I know with you today. If you're not living uncuffed, you're just not living. And if you're cuffed in your business, your clients will know that and they won't invest in you. So let's connect. Until next time, have an awesome day.
The The Tanya Free and Friends Talk Show is happy to announce our partnership with the May We Help You Radio Network. You can now catch the rebroadcast of our Wednesday show every Thursday at 6 p.m. That's Tanya Free and Friends, the podcast, every Thursday evening at 6 p.m. We welcome your comments and opinions 24/7 at TanyaFree.com, Facebook and Twitter, or send me a text by texting the word Tanya, that's 72727. Tanya Free and Friends, and May We Help You Radio. Living life with a purpose.
This is Chere Cofield, and you are tuned in to Stress Less Radio with Chere Cofield, the Stress Manager. Thank you so much for everyone who's tuned in this evening. In case you didn't know, this is an hour of relaxation, rejuvenation, and education. And right now, we've been talking to my special guest, Mateja, who's a licensed marriage family therapist, Stress to Bliss Guide. She's a spiritual counselor. She does stress management. I love to meet stress managers because, that's my passion, and I love to collaborate with others who have like minds. So I'm so excited to have you on the show, Mateja. And as we mentioned before our commercial break, you were going to talk to our listeners about ways that they can more effectively deal with stress at home and at work. So I'll let you do that. If anyone has questions or any comments for Mateja, feel free to press 1. We'll get you through to Mateja, and she can answer some of your questions, or if you just want to comment. So, Mateja, I'll let you go ahead and talk to our listeners about dealing with stress more effectively at home and work.
Thank you, Chere. So I just our time is valuable, so I want to just mention a few key points, which to many of us may sound like, something that is really easy. However, we don't stick to it. I think the important thing is to create a habit out of it. The same thing, you take a shower, you brush your teeth. My main thing is you want to start your day on a positive note. That's key for me. And what I like to do, I do my meditation, and I also use positive affirmations. And the one I recommend is one of my favorite teachers, is Louise Hay. And she's amazing. Her books have been translated. And by the way, you can see these resources on my website as well, Natural Stress Management. So starting a day on a positive note, whatever you can do. If you're not a meditator, don't worry. Like we were talking before, silence is golden. So just take a few minutes, and if all you can do is do a few deep breaths, don't just, grab your coffee and run through the door. It's so important. And also, equally important is to eating a healthy, nutritious breakfast. Many of my clients admit they are not doing that. And as we know, I once heard that breakfast you should eat as a king. And for example, it can be something very simple. Could be oatmeal, especially if it's organic oatmeal with berries, or maybe a cup of green tea. And green tea is actually excellent antioxidant, and it also helps us de-stress. And
yes, I like to always talk about eating as well, because when those sugar levels drop, I always tell people, you are not the nicest person to be around when your sugar level drops. So I have a running joke in my family. So if I'm a little cranky, and they'll call me out and say, what is wrong with you? I'll be like, my sugar level is low. It's just a running joke in my family. I'll say my sugar level is low. But that could be a lot of problems with people. You're already stressed out. When your sugar level drops, you're not able to think clearly. You're not able to work through the stressors and the problems in your life. So people, bring those sugar levels up. Make sure you eat frequent small meals. Go ahead, Mateja.
Yeah, thank you. I completely agree with what you're saying. And actually, I developed a habit, too, which unfortunately I don't do every day, but juicing, getting juice, fresh vegetables. It's excellent, and it's even better than taking supplements. So eating, so far we discussed starting a day a positive note, eating healthy, nutritious breakfast. And another big thing that I noticed when I moved to the U.S., and I'm sure, it's the rest of the U.S. is catching up, but I noticed when I was working in corporate in a cubicle, but nobody takes breaks. And I think there's a myth that, if you work 8 hours straight, you're going to be more productive, but it's just the opposite. Taking a breaks away and make sure you get at least 30 minutes for lunch, and leave your desk, go walk around, take a few deep breaths. And sometimes, which I'm not going to talk about today, but what I do is called tapping, and that really helps a lot. And maybe when I was working, I would just go around the building and doing my tapping points to relieve stress. I really recommend it. So that's number
another
3.
Thing I always, another thing that works as well, and I don't want to throw you off your train of thought.
Oh, it's okay.
You know what? I'll let you finish because I may steal one of your points, so I'll let you go ahead. Keep going.
Okay, so I have 2 more points. The next one, and I'm sure you're going to agree with me,
yes.
is to include exercise. And that's not a bad word. And it doesn't mean you have to go to the gym and become a gym rat. I'm actually not a big fan of gym, but I go once in a while. But find something that you enjoy. I love walking, and I was growing up in Slovenia. I used to go hiking, but unfortunately I can't go hiking here in Florida, so I try to do my walks, being outside in the nature, doing exercise when we can. And I know right now it's really difficult for many people who are stranded up north in storms and snow. You don't even want to go out, but you don't have to leave the house. You can just do some stretches or even do a DVD yoga or, cardio exercise, get a jumping rope. So, there's no excuse. And I always say to my clients, if you cannot do 30 minutes at one time, do 10 minutes here and 10 minutes there, and it's going to add up. So that's really important. And the last point I want to make, which I kind of talked about, is to adopt some kind of meditation practice. And I'm glad you mentioned visualizations. I think it's a really powerful way to do guided meditation, and I actually also do clinical hypnosis. And I find it most beneficial to teach people about self-hypnosis and guided meditation. And when you find yourself struggling with, negative emotions, just taking a few moments to breathe and visit your special place, whether it's the beach or the garden, something just visually, and it takes your mind away. And those are my few key points. And I also want to mention that, at work, when you're at work, sometimes you think you may not do all this, but at least you can do stretches. I also recommend essential oils. I love lavender. I always keep it in my purse. And just smelling those pleasant smells, it really helps a lot. And also, if you're stressed, try to get a perspective first. What happens? Maybe you get in an argument with a coworker. Take a break, sort your feelings. And this is what I work a lot with my clients on, is their mindset. Yeah. Because our beliefs, I think our thoughts create our feelings. So we can change our thoughts, we can change our reality. So that's just a few tips.
Can you repeat those in case someone may have missed them? Can you just list the 4? Was it 4 or was it 5? I might have missed one.
Initially, yes, I'll be more than happy. So the first thing I mentioned is to start your day on a positive note. So like we said, doing meditation or combining with affirmations, which I love. Then we said eating healthy, nutritious breakfast. Number 3 is taking regular breaks away, especially when you're at work, taking 30 minutes for lunch. Number 4 is to include exercise in your daily schedule. And number 5 was to adopt some meditation practice. And I just mentioned 2 more points specifically that are kind of quick tricks that you can do at work, to do stretches, to do essential oils, and get a perspective. What is really going on? And I want to add that, I teach my clients that whenever something really upsets them, it's generally 90% about the past and only 10% about the present. So it's very possible we experienced this before, and it triggers us. So we need to learn to heal that and let it go.
Oh, my goodness, you've given us such great information. I am so excited to have you as a guest this evening on Stress Less Radio with Chere Cofield. Again, if there's anyone that has any questions or any comments from Mateja, feel free to press 1, and we'll get you in on the line to talk with her. Let everyone know how they can reach you again. I know I mentioned it when I read some information about you, but let them know again how to reach you.
Sure, my pleasure. So the best way to reach me is to go on my website, and it has a lot of information. It has resources, has testimonials. It explains a little bit what neuro-linguistic programming is, clinical hypnosis, all these different techniques. So that's called naturalstressmanagement.com, because my mission is to help people in natural ways, and I'm always finding alternatives to medication because too many people are medicated, especially children. So that's And they can also email me at Mateja, which is Mateja, Mateja, at holisticcoachinginternational.com, which is the name of my company. It's called Holistic Coaching International. And I offer a free consultation, free 15-minute consultation. Feel free to call me at 561-299-1028. And I would love, this is my passion. I want to go international and help as many my clients as I can to be stress-free and to learn how to live a happy, fulfilled life.
Yes. Thank you so much again for being on Stress Less Radio. We'll make sure we get the link up. Can you tell everyone your social media also in case they want to follow you on social media?
Yes. I haven't memorized my links, but everybody can find me on. I have link. I am everywhere. I'm on social media. Holistic Coaching International on Facebook, and I'm also on Google Plus. And you can either just type my name or the name of my company, Holistic Coaching International. And my last name. Let me just spell my last name. It's French, and it's spelled P-E. T as in Tom, J as in Jason, E as in Edward. So Mateja Petje. And people can also find me on LinkedIn. But, even if somebody Googles me, they're going to find 3 pages because I'm very dedicated and I've been helping people over 20 years now, initially as a teacher and now also as a therapist and coach. But thank you so much for having this show. I love doing things like this, and any time in the future I'll be more than happy to do it again.
Yeah, thank you. We look forward to having you back in the near future, and you and I have to collaborate on some other ends as well.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. Make sure you guys look Mateja up. Make sure you look her up. Make sure you check out her techniques. Use her ways that she said that we can help to reduce and manage stress at home and in the workplace. Again, start your day off positively, eat healthy. Make sure you take those breaks throughout your day. Put some exercise in it. Walk up the steps instead of taking the elevator. Maybe even do some leg raises right at your desk if you can't get up and actually walk away. Adopt some form of meditation. You can do that when you're using the restroom. You can just do creative visualization throughout your day. Adopt some sort of meditation just to relax your mind and rejuvenate your mind and your body. And then she said essential oils. I love essential oils. Get that aromatherapy in, folks. Wear your favorite perfume during the day. Just sniff your own wrist from time to time. Make it fun. Wear your favorite perfume. Do a sniff test sometimes. Carry your perfume with you and just sniff the bottle. Aromatherapy, any way we can get it in, we do it. But thanks again, Mateja. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk to a fabulous lady, Miss Patricia Watts. And I'm not sure whether her partner is going to be on the phone or not. Nancy Alert, if she is, we're going to talk to both of those ladies. They're both with Her Life Magazine. And if you've never heard of Her Life Magazine, make sure you don't go anywhere because it's a fabulous magazine. Her Life Magazine is in D.C. They run the D.C. branch of Her Life Magazine. And they're going to be a part of the Let's Get Serious Health, Wellness, Fitness Expo. They're actually one of our major sponsors. So don't go anywhere. You're tuned in to Stress Less Radio, and they're going to give us some ways that they manage their stress as well. You're tuned in to May We Help You Radio Network. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Coffee Black, coming through to bring you the latest in sports, celebrity, and entertainment news. Here's the Sip this week. So, we don't know what's going to happen with RG3 and the Redskins this season, but we do know that he and his wife are expecting a baby. Congrats to them, and maybe the success will carry on to the team. In other news, Jameis Winston will be playing a waiting game to see which team is willing to pick him up with all his drama. And Vivica Fox wants us all to know that 50 Cent was the love of her life. If you ask me, somebody caught her on Valentine's Day after a few glasses of wine. Lastly, Kanye wants us to know something about his daughter. North has been throwing tantrums throughout New York Fashion Week because others hate her daddy. I disagree. I think that little girl is just over the lights and cameras, unlike her parents. Let that little girl be great and be at home. I'm just saying. Check out more on my site, thesipwithcoffeeblack.com, and tune in next week to The Sip with Coffee Black. No sugar, no cream.
If you're the parent of a child with behavioral challenges that has been suspended, expelled, or just not able to make it in a traditional school setting, there is an alternative. Call the Metropolitan Day School today. Licensed and accredited grades K through 12. Call 804-321-2595. Financial assistance and after-school programs are available. Let's turn this school year around right now at the Metropolitan Day School, where Eagles soar. Call Ms. Thomas today. 804-321-2595.
Are you frustrated, disappointed, discouraged with your life? Are you angry with God? What's holding you back from fulfilling your purpose? Are you struggling as a leader in ministry? Do you believe you have an end-time calling? If you answered yes to any of these questions, tune in to The Waymakers on MWHY Radio Network every other Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are here to support you. Join us to get the answers that will prepare the way of the Lord in your life. Hi, this is Benita with Off the Vine. Join us on Fridays at 3 o'clock for Fun Talk About Wine. This season, I'm going to put this little sommelier certification to work as we expand the conversation to talk about beer and spirits too. Meet more exciting special guests, and you never know just who may show up at the studio. Off the Vine with Benita on the May We Help You Radio Network, giving you something to whine about.
Hi, my name is Letitia M., owner of May We Help You Network. I want to thank you for joining us and enjoying our hosts here on MWHY Radio Network. Please visit us online at mwhyradio.com and like us on facebook.com/MWHY Radio. Tune in to learn more about our hosts and upcoming contests and our TV programming that will be coming to you soon. MWHY Radio, bringing together business, community, and you.
Welcome back. You're tuned in to Stress Less Radio with Chere Cofield, the Stress Manager. Wow, what an amazing show thus far. We talked to Mateja, Petje, and I hope I'm not jacking her last name up too bad. I am not French, even though my name is Chere, but I hope I am not messing her name up. But I am so honored to have had her as a guest today. She gave us a wealth of information. She really poured into everyone that's listening with all the ways to decrease stress. And I loved her point that she brought about our stressors are usually 90% of the past and 10% the present. And, you know, things that we've gone through in the past, when they resurface, that can cause us more stress than when it actually did when we originally dealt with the issue or problem. Things tend to resurface, and whatever we're dealing with, those stressors tend to have been things that have happened to us before, that we've dealt with before. So make sure you look her up again, naturalstressmanagement.com, and check her out. She gave us some really good points. Now, my next guest, I love this lady's spirit. Every time you see her, she's smiling. Patricia Watts. She is a fabulous, fabulous lady right here in the D.C., Maryland, Virginia area. Anyone who's met her, you know, her smile warms the entire room. Patricia, she has served proudly and honorably for 22 years in the United States Army. To see her, you would never think it. I mean, she's in shape and everything, but I would have never known that she was in the Army because she's so soft-spoken. But she decided to put her combat boots in the closet and take out her stilettos. So every time I've seen her, she's been in stilettos. She now focuses her attention on entrepreneurship, mentoring, women's empowerment, financial education, and leadership development. She's a native of Brooklyn, New York. Legal hustling is in her blood. I love it. Patricia believes in taking advantage of every opportunity presented to her and doing her best. And I believe that because when I offered her this opportunity to be on Stress Less Radio, she said, of course, and I'm so happy about that. She also serves as the Executive Vice President and Marketing Director for Pacific Culture International, which is a pageantry company that hosts one of the largest and fairest pageants on the East Coast. So we're happy to announce that about Patricia. Also, she was brought into the Asian community to help integrate Asian American culture into the lives and community of mainstream Americans. She's also the publisher of Her Life DC Metro magazine. Her Life is a national brand magazine currently being published in 8 metropolitan cities. In the DC metro area, the focus is on women of excellence doing great things within the community. Their profile ranges entrepreneurs and business owners, community and nonprofit leaders, beauty and fashion models, and moms and housewives, and many more. The magazine prints 20,000 copies each month and has a strong social media presence in an effort to keep women connected. I subscribe to Her Life DC Metro magazine, and let me tell you, it's a very, very good magazine. I couldn't put it down once I started reading it. It had a lot of information in it. It connected me with some other women of excellence in the D.C., Maryland, and Virginia area. As I mentioned earlier, Her Life magazine, Her Life DC Metro magazine, is one of our proud sponsors of the Let's Get Serious Health, Wellness, Fitness Expo. And you will be able to sign up for your subscription to the magazine right at the expo. So make sure you come on out to the Let's Get Serious Expo, meet and greet Patricia Watts and her team from Her Life DC Metro magazine. But without further ado, I'm going to bring Patricia Watts on the show. Hi, Patricia. How are you this evening?
Hi, Chere. How are you?
I am great.
It's a pleasure to be with the stress manager.
The stress manager. Well, Patricia, first of all, tell us a little bit about Her Life DC Metro magazine that I didn't mention. I know I love the magazine totally. It's definitely a woman's magazine. I love it. But even my mom has picked the magazine up and looked at it multiple times. So I leave it on the dining room table when I get my new copy so that she can check it out. And she seems to have liked it as well. So tell us a little bit more about Her Life.
Absolutely. So the Her Life magazine, as you said, is a full-color publication in which we distribute 20,000 copies in the D.C. area every month. And our focus is women of excellence. Excellence come in every size, every color, and every age. And actually, we just got notice that Her Life is on Channel 5 tonight with Gabrielle Jordan, our August 2014 Women of Excellence, the cover girl. And so what we do is we go throughout the community and we are researching, we're looking, but we got 9 million people in the D.C. area. So it is no problem with us finding women of excellence everywhere we go. And as you know, Chere, you are one of our women of excellence, and that's why we are hosting, well, we'll be the media sponsor for your upcoming 5th annual Let's Get Serious seminar, convention. So I'm just happy about what we're doing, and I'm hoping that we just continue to give back to our community and make sure that we are setting an example for all the women around here, and that's giving and sharing, empowering and advocating.
Yes. And I know you guys are going to be there at the Let's Get Serious Expo. You have some amazing surprises coming up, so we won't give them away. But we want everyone to please make sure you come out to the Let's Get Serious Expo. Again, it's on April the 4th. It's a Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. They're going to be there. You can ask them all the questions about Her Life DC magazine. You can meet and greet Patricia. Like I said, her smile warms the whole room, so you'll know where she is as soon as you see her. As soon as you enter, she'll be one of the first vendors that you come to. So make sure you check out Her Life magazine. Now, Patricia, since this is Stress Less Radio, let's talk a little bit about how we manage stress. Now, you're a busy woman. We read a lot with your bio, and I abbreviated because she has a lot going on. So tell us a little bit about how you manage your own stress. What do you do to unwind?
Well, Chere, first of all, let me say, while you and Mateja was up there earlier, I was taking notes because that is a challenge. But I'm going to tell you, I really think my life has been shaped in a way for me to handle all the things that I'm doing right now. Spending 22 years in the military, that's very challenging within itself. And our op-tempo is always fast-paced. And so you learned how to multitask. You learned how to deal with a whole lot of things. But it's probably three key things that I call lessons learned. And one of them is you don't need to worry about those things that you can't change. You're just going to have to deal with them, right? And so when they come up, you try to calm yourself and you deal with those problems. You approach people and you approach problems and seek resolutions immediately. I mean, most of the times we stress about things that we don't know. But if we go up to a person that we might be having a problem with, or just look at the problem and what it is, most of the times we're able to find resolutions pretty easily, and that's when the stress level goes back down. And the last one is having a positive outlook in life. You know, you talk about every time you see me, you smile. Well, there was a time in my life that I used to let everything bother me. That bothering me led to migraine headaches, and it led to a lot of other health issues. I learned that when I smile and I take things more positively, I'm more healthy. We all go through a whole lot of challenges and issues in life, right? But it's always the way you think about those things, the outcome that comes out of it. And so, you know, with those three things that I try to practice and live by, you know, the one area that I know that helps me more than anything, and that's my spiritual connection, my relationship that I have with my God. I mean, if I don't go to church on Sundays or if I don't give my time to him, I find out like everything start whacking out. And so I really do. Like even during the day, if it's something that's bothering me, just take a second and just say your prayers or say whatever you need to say to calm yourself back down and get back on track so that you can continue and to live right.
Yes, that is so true. You know, having faith in a higher being, that's definitely prayer, definitely helps a lot. So I definitely understand that. But Patricia, just repeat your points really quickly again, if there's anyone on the show that's tuning in that's taking notes and want to write down. I know you said positive outlook, spiritual connection. What was your other one that you said?
I said don't worry about the things that you can't change, and approach people or a problem immediately and seek resolution.
All right, and that's so good. In the workshops that I teach, I say, you know, talk to somebody. But don't talk to that person that's going to tell you what you want to hear. Talk to a person that's going to actually help you come to a resolution to the problem that you're dealing with. Talk to that person that, you know, maybe has been where you've been and they overcame and they can help you. Don't just talk to the person, girl, I told you he wasn't no good, you know, or whatever the issue may be. Don't just talk to the person that's going to say what you want to hear. You have to talk to that person that's going to give you sound advice. And we all need somebody to vent to. I don't care who you are. So I'll often call my twin sister Cheryl, or I'll call my BFF. I'm like, girl, I need to talk to you and keep it real. Don't tell me what I want to hear. Talk to me, you know, to help me get some reason. You know, let me know if I'm wrong. And I think if we had more of that,
sometimes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sometimes you don't even need to talk. You just need to listen, right? And listen to people that have experience in a certain area, a subject matter expert. You listen, and that way you don't have to stress because you're learning from an expert. So you don't have to go through it alone. You have that experience behind you.
Yes, indeed. Patricia, tell everyone how they can get more information about Her Life DC Metro magazine.
Yeah, so one of the things that we do, we are in a magazine, but we are also a branding company, and so we are all over social media and our website. You can contact us on our website, which is www.herlifedcmetro.com, or on Facebook if you look up Her Life Magazine, Washington, D.C. LinkedIn, you can look us up under linkedin.com/company/Her Life Magazine DC. Twitter, we're on Her Life DC Metro. Instagram, we're on Her Life DC Metro. So you can get us, if you just Google Her Life DC, you're going to get in contact with us.
All right. That is so great. Make sure you look up Her Life DC Metro Magazine. Like I said, they're going to have some special surprises coming up in the near future at the expo. So you have to be there to find out what the special surprise is, because I'm not announcing it on the show. Patricia, was there anything else that you have? Anything else you have going on, or any upcoming events that you would like to invite our guests to, our listeners to?
Every month we do our unveiling ceremony, in which we unveil who's the cover on the magazine, and we post the location and the event on our websites and on our social media sites. And so actually, Chere, on the 4th of April at the expo, we will be doing our unveiling at that time too. So you must come out to Let's Get Serious. And also we have spotlight personnel that we also feature in the magazine too. So come out and meet some of our women of excellence. And I thank you so much for allowing me to be on your show this evening, Chere.
Oh, thank you so much. I know you have a lot going on, and I appreciate you just taking out some time to be on Stress Less Radio. I thought it was important to have you, not only because you're such a wonderful person, but you're one of our dynamic sponsors that we are so honored to have be a part of the Let's Get Serious Expo. So I wanted to make sure that we told everyone that you're going to be there. You're going to have a special treat for everyone. Their magazine is affordable. It's affordable, too. That's what I liked about it. For my subscription, it was very affordable, and I'm getting a wealth of information. And it's always a fresh new look on the cover of the magazine. And I'm telling you, if you're a woman, the magazine is for you. So that's
No.
To stress less. That's right. Mateja first started us off with saying we need to start our day off positively, eat healthy, take frequent breaks throughout your day, add some exercise in, do those stairs instead of that elevator, and adopt meditating, some form of meditating, whether you're doing it at work or at home, and then use some essential oils. Get that aromatherapy in. Put those oils in. Do your research on essential oils. They really do work. And then we had Patricia Watts of Her Life DC Metro Magazine. Make sure you look them up online, herlifedcmetro.com. Fabulous magazine, fabulous content that will definitely be something that will nourish and educate you. And she told us ways that she was able to de-stress and unwind is by reaching out to others and have a positive outlook. I talked about her winning smile. Make sure you come out and meet her at the Let's Get Serious Health, Wellness, Fitness Expo on April the 4th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then also she said that she uses her spiritual connection. That's right. Prayer does work. Having a higher source to rely on and depend on and put your faith in definitely has an effect on your life. Again, you're tuned into Stress Less Radio with Chere Cofield, your stress manager. This has been a fabulous show. Make sure you check me out at ChereCofieldInternational.com. Sign up for my free newsletter, as well as take the stress quiz while you're on my website. While you're there, you can take the stress quiz, get your stress score, and find out what you need to do in order to lessen your stress, rejuvenate your mind, your body, get some relaxation in. Make sure you tune in every Tuesday to Stress Less Radio right here on May We Help You Radio Network. And make sure you go on the website, MWHYradio.com. We have a magazine. That's right. A lot of people don't know we have a magazine. Make sure you sign up for our online magazine. I was on the cover in January, so I'm super excited. Make sure you go back and check that out and follow us on Spreaker.com. Go to Spreaker.com and look for May We Help You Radio Network and follow us. We're building and building constantly. So we want to thank everyone that's listening to us all around the world. And again, this is May We Help You Radio Network, Chere Cofield, Stress Less Radio. Until the next time, stay well.